Okay, 3 games, 3 different winners. 2 non-winners will meet in the final. As you see, Grainger 248, Westlake's 198, leaving the 3-6 in the 10th frame.
Just bowled 2 great matches. The first one against Pete Weber, and then the second one, you're around the pocket. The lanes have changed a little bit, Tony. What happened between the first and second games out there?
I think on the left lane, I made a couple of bad shots and threw the ball a little too hard. And then I made a move to the right with my feet, and I left a couple of 4-pins, and that was all it took to lose. Purvis bowled a great game.
Which lane hooks more? You said that before the championship round, the left lane would be the key lane. It's shown up in our statistics where the strikes are almost 2-to-1 on the right lane compared to the left. Is it still the same?
Yes. I think it hooks a little more back ends on the left lane.
If you were going to tell Roger Bowker something, he's never bowled for the championship before, going against a hot player like Purvis Grainger, what would you tell him? How would you attack this championship match?
I would relax and just go for it like there's no tomorrow. There's nothing to lose now.
Scores are pretty high. Predict a final score and a winner for me.
Purvis 238, 227.
All right, he's going with the Louisianan, the man who is the crowd favorite, Chris. The championship game, $38,000 at stake. They have 1 or 2 more practice balls, and they'll be ready to go. Tony, great match. Good luck next week in Venice, Florida, and we'll see who wins this championship match.
Thanks, Bo.
Tony Westlake, who was interviewed by Bo, takes home a check for $12,000 and gets a little closer to his first victory. But one of the 2 professionals you're looking at now will become a first-time winner. Roger Bowker, 5'8", 170 pounds, 34 years old, bowling out of Ocala, Florida, is Purvis Grainger's opponent. Purvis, we had a lot of consistency this week, and of course in the last game, shooting a 248 to Westlake's 198. First shot, championship match. Opens beautifully. Now Roger Bowker, who won 2 regional titles last year, and who led the 5th and 6th rounds in this championship.
Here's the line Purvis Grainger is using on the left-hand lane. Tony Westlake says it hooks a little bit more. Purvis gives it another boardroom, plays it properly, just beautiful. Now here's Roger Bowker, first stroke championship game.
And he's left the 2-pin on the right lane. This is one of those professionals that hangs in there, comes out occasionally, tries his very, very best.
Chris, I've known Roger for a long time. He's just a wonderful young man, just pleasant to be around. Always has been an excellent player, has made some major changes in his game, changed from the big hook ball to the down and in shot, and he just overtook this field in the last 8 games of Friday night.
He averaged 237 in this championship pair, 2 games, and he is marked with a spare. Let's get a better look at his style.
And he has switched back to the conventional style. You'll notice how his wrist is nice and flat behind the ball, flat at the top of the swing, good high follow-through. Just throws that ball a little too hard on the right-hand lane, but that's a pretty smart move. The first time in a championship round has to be a little bit tentative. You don't want to go up there and get a split. Now, if he makes that same type of shot here on the left-hand lane, he should hit the pocket, because this lane will hook that extra board and make it go solid.
That showed you the powerhouse strikes that he can throw. Roger Bowker, the tournament leader.
Like to get out to a quick start, Chris.
What comes to those who wait long enough?
Watch this action as the ball drives to the 1-3 zone. The pin goes to the sideboard and comes all the way back over and knocks out the 9-pin. Watch the power of Purvis Grainger's ball. Now here, watch the action. Ball drives through. There goes the two pin to the sideboard. It slides back and knocks out the 9. Tremendous power. Great way to start. Purvis, semi-fingertip grip.
Of course, the establishments usually don't have that much seating room, Nelson.
Chris, more than 10,000 fans came through the turnstiles this week at Don Carter Lanes. That's a lot of people. capacity crowd here today. Now Bowker trails by 20. Has a strike working.
Another powerful one. He just rips him. Marked with a spare in the first. And you know, he's trailing by only 10.
Roger has been around the bowling business a number of years. His father, Melvin, manages a bowling center in Rockford, Illinois. He has two brothers, Al and Ron, both 200 average players. Roger has always been a consistent player. This is his best finish regardless of what happens, and he's trying to make the most of it. This could really change his thinking about what he wants to do in a professional career. Right now, he's managing a bowling center in Ocala, Florida. To even the match, one more strike.
All right, 3 in a row for the man whose highest finish was 12th in Cleveland in 1977. We're in our championship matches. They're bowling for $58,000. All right, this is 23-year-old Purvis Grainger. His father, Audrey, just over his left shoulder there on the right. His mom, Alice, is here as well, coming in from Lafayette to cheer him on. He has 3 in a row. He'll be shooting in the 4th frame. Get that so often, Nelson, if at all possible, in distances, the parents are here to cheer.
Well, it's, I think, more pressure on the parents even than the child. Anybody loves to see their children do well, but all they do is sit and watch as Purvis Grainger has started with 3 strikes in a row championship match.
Come on, Purvis!
Left with a 10 on the right lane. In his 6th television appearance, Purvis Grainger.
Purvis, just a likable young man, travels the Professional Bowlers Tour with colorful Guppy Troop, who has said that he will be in the championship round soon. He says, watch out.
You get those two with their shades on, and they look Hollywood coming down those sidewalks. There's a lot of glare on these nationally televised finals, so a little tint here and there doesn't hurt.
Very true, Chris, especially with the polyurethane lane finishes we see today. It's a good idea to sometimes vary your spot where you're looking on the lane. You can be in a particular bowling center and the lights will be reflecting on the arrows. Move your spot a little bit farther down the lane or a little bit closer, and that's what Purvis is doing right now. The match, he trails by 1, 5th frame.
Look at that.
The footwork of Purvis Grainger. Now watch his foot as he slides the foul line. That left foot. He drives under, and then twists and grabs his balance with his heel. Once again, it's very important that the approaches be in top condition. I think that's one of the main things we can say here about this Don Carter Center is the lanes were very smooth and the approaches were very easy to slide on.
3 in a row for Bowker. Does just that. Howard providing a 5-bagger and a 21-pin lead over Purvis Grainger, who eliminated Tony Westlake 248 to 198. In the previous match, Tony Westlake beat P. Weber 259 to 227, and in our opener, Weber with the 256, Monteleone 236. Crossover leaving the 10. And Louisiana's Hopes ride on the shoulders of this 5'11".
Both these players came through the PBA regional program, the Southern Regional Bowlers. The PBA is broken into 7 regions, and a player must cash 4 times.